you very much, Erich. Right, there's one thing very clear before we start. You'll be familiar, I'm sure, with the movie The Fly and what happened when Jeff Goldblum got into that transporter machine and a fly got in with him, the grotesque consequences. Well, this is what happens when film critic Mark Kermode got in the machine, not realizing that hiding behind him was Michael Gove. So it's nice to be in Kingston, unless people here work in Foxtons, where it's nice to be in little lower Richmond Village, or whatever the fuck you probably call it. So let me tell you a few things. Despite appearances, I am divorced. Thanks for that. I am divorced. I don't really know what happened, but I'm going to talk to you about it at length. I mean, it started out fine. I'm going to be honest, as marriages do. It started out fine. We had a lot in common when we first met. We both had similar childhoods. When my wife and I first met, we both shared a similar upbringing. We both grew up suffering from terrible inferiority complexes. I mean, hers was a lot fucking better than mine was. We shared an attitude to education. We didn't think you could learn much from school, you know, the traditional way. We thought you learn the old way. You learn from nature. That's how you learn your lessons in life. You see something green, it's probably safe, it's probably fresh. Fruit, vegetables, something like that. You see something red, probably dangerous. Fire, blood, keep away. You see something bright blue, you think, don't eat it. You know, like mold or Greggs. We were very competitive when we met. We had that in common as well. We met at a pub quiz. That's what happened. I was too eager to impress her because I fancied her a lot. I was too eager to impress. I was shouting out the answers, you know, trying to be that guy. And I remember it was the geography round. And the question master said, geography question, what is the name of the huge fault that runs 600 miles through California? And I shouted, is it chronic obesity? So I don't really know what went wrong. I mean, she got on with my family, she got on with my dad. He wasn't a very successful man, my father. He was a bit work shy, he was a salesman. Wasn't really, you know, not Mr. Overtime, not Mr. Wealth. As my mother used to say, he preferred to spend his Saturdays splashing out on second-hand cars. Or dogging, as I'm calling it. She got on well with my niece. I have a little niece. Oh, bless, a little niece. She got on well with her. She used to buy her little gifts. She was into Paw Patrol. You familiar with that? Yeah, she's into Paw Patrol. Which for years I thought was just the follow-up to Benefit Street. Because I'm not. But, you know, marriage is tough. She was there through the good times, there through the bad times, without wishing to bring the evening down. She was there when my father passed away. It was tough, you know. Took us all by surprise. Testicular cancer. I mean, we should have, the signs were there. We should have spotted it. Every time we would go to Tesco self-checkout, we would go, beep, unexpected item in bagging area. Aww. They're very advanced machines. Too advanced. Nothing to say. Thanks for that. So anyway, it didn't work out, the marriage, it didn't work out. As I say, there were highs and lows, it didn't really work out. The problem was, I think, to be fair, was the sex. Because she was adventurous and, you know, sparky and lively and wild in the bedroom, and I'm British. So it really, you know, we did, I mean, she did everything she could to try and keep it lively in the bedroom. I remember one day, absolutely true, I came home from work and she'd ground up all the Viagra that we had and she sprinkled it all over her chest. Well, that made tits up. But the final straw, I think, in our marriage when it came to the sex was I found out that she shoplifted because she was embarrassed. She shoplifted a copy of that book, 50 Shades of Grey. Shoplifted a copy. You know, to use for, you know, fun time, evening, whatever it is. And I couldn't believe that, you know, she wanted to jerk off to 50 Shades of Grey, but she shoplifted it out of embarrassment. I remember telling a friend, I said, can you believe it? She shoplifted something just to jerk off to. And he said, has she always been sticky-fingered? I said, yeah, but it's the shoplifting that bothered me, really. It was the shoplifting that bothered me the most. Although, to be fair, she learned a few things at the end of the marriage from that book that there was some stuff that it turns out she was into. I mean, it turns out from reading that book, what she really, really enjoyed was anal action while being spanked with sporting equipment. I mean, I can't do that. Literally every Friday night I was literally up shit creek without a paddle. I had no idea what I was doing. And I'm like, oh, from the front there. How's your tiramisu? Does anyone else feel incredibly racist when they're doing the laundry? It's just, well, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, I mean, it's Saturday morning. Thanks for that, man. You know, it's Saturday morning. There you are. You know, you're basing everything just on appearance. You're sorting it out. You're trying to separate everything into piles. You know, put the whites over here. That's the whites. They belong there. Let's have the blacks. We'll leave the blacks here. Well, there's a lot of colours. We'll leave them there. And you know, you're feeling awkward about the terminology, you say, should we do the whites first? Well, the whites are the most important. Well, what about the blacks? Well, we don't want the blacks to mix with the whites. I mean, you know, you never know how something might turn out if they mix. What about the colours? Well, I don't know, there's a lot of them, we're going to have to do some hanging. I mean, it's really, you feel bad, is what I'm saying. You feel bad. You try and come up, you try and come up with other expressions to be woke. You try and come up with something, you know, to be trendy. So we don't say colours anymore, we obviously don't say that. We say hues. That's what we say now, things of different hue. But then that doesn't work, because suddenly you might have a grey sock or a grey shirt, and now you say, well, what's that? And they go, well, it's hueish. So now we're standing there with white pillowcases on a Saturday morning arguing about the hueish problem. And nobody wants that either. I mean, you know, there's loads of them. There must be some kind of conspiracy. No one wants to hear my solution to the hueish problem. And certainly, keeping them warm in the Aryan cupboard isn't going to work. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I have been Richard Asplin, and you have been absolutely